Good morning, everyone. We are here in the Faster showroom at the Rivolta Dada headquarters with some of the block lever couplers that Faster has developed and launched in production recently. Faster has now more than 70 models of these couplers, equipping a big number of tractors of the world's major brands like CNH, John Deere, Massey Ferguson or Plus. Today I have the opportunity to put a few questions to two engineers who were both here at the beginning of this successful story. Paolo Rusconi, R&D Director, and Roberto Sorbi, who is the manager for the development of products for agricultural applications. Paolo, what was most challenging at the early stages, both in terms of design and industrialization?
At the beginning, the challenges we had were related to the movement of traditional quick release couplers from outside the casting inside the casting. Having a complete new range of tiny tolerances in order to produce the couplers, but also difficult castings, manifolds to realize, as well as a new assembly line and very complex manage of this new complex cast iron.
Well, very interesting. And is there an anecdote you particularly remember?
Yeah, of course. When we started to design a casting with a copper totally integrated, I remember that the customer engaged us in order to develop this specific manifold, but in a very fast way. I remember a lot of hours dedicated from our engineers to design the new manifold and a lot of extraordinary hours about our complete factory in order to produce prototypes and to speed up as soon as possible the production of protos for the customers.
Well, that's interesting. Roberto, initially castings were essentially intended to bring the hookup point of hydraulic hoses closer, so from the interface with the hydraulic valves to a position which is more comfortable for the operators. Then, besides single quick release couplings being screwed into threaded ports of the manifold, also integrated ISO-A cartridges and flat face cartridges began to be used into manifolds. A few tractors manufacturers then called for the development of integrated cartridges purposely designed for a pure push-pull connection. But the concept of a block with the compression lever has finally become firmly established. Which is the reason for its success, in your opinion?
So the lever feature reduces a lot the connection effort. So the farmer can connect and disconnect easily with a very comfortable maneuver in all conditions. That's why the lever now is a must for the block.
Paolo, which are, in your opinion, the strengths of Faster in the development of this product from preliminary design to serial production?
So I can say that is the big experience we accumulated along the years in designing such complex products, but also is very important the deep partnership we have with our customers as well as our suppliers, because it's very fundamental to have them involved during the development of the projects. But it's not enough, because you need a lot of passion, you need a good sense of innovation, thinking at the future, but as well as flexibility, because we have to adapt the layout, the shapes, and the dimension of those products according to each customer is involving us.
Yeah. And lastly, Roberto, how do you see the future extension of the use of these products on tractors in Eastern markets and on tractors with less power?
Blocks, and particularly blocks with lever, are the future. So they are going to be implemented by all manufacturers and also in Eastern market. And soon they will be available also at catalog. Today are custom made, but the future is to have this product as available of the stock.
Well, many thanks to both of you for helping to retrace some steps of an exciting journey that began several decades ago. And see you in the next videos.